She know, Mo. Let's go, Mo.
Back with another episode of the DJs Need Love 2 podcast. I go by the name DJ Monae.
I'm DJ Battio.
And Battio, who do we have today in the
We
building?
got the beautiful Queen of Spades in the building. That's right, yeah.
So where is Queen of Spades from?
Queen of Spades is from Toronto, Canada. By way of New York, now Atlanta.
Yeah, because like I said, I know I've seen Queen of Spades in New York a lot. I did not know about Toronto at all, man. So yeah, Toronto.
Born and raised.
So it was from Toronto, New York, and now we in Atlanta.
And now I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah, I love that. I love that route.
Going on a tour.
Yeah.
So what got you started in DJing?
A friend, actually, a really good friend, back in the day. 1996.
Ooh.
She was into DJing.
Yeah.
So I just used to go with her to the record store every week. And
In Toronto or New York?
No, Toronto.
In Toronto, okay.
My career started in Toronto. And, we would just go back to her house, and she would be practicing and doing her thing. And I was like, I was always into the arts. You know, I was into acting. Acting was my first love, actually.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to do. I acted all throughout school. I danced. And I stumbled into DJing. So I would just be chilling at her house, and I was like, let me try this.
Yeah.
And that's really where it started.
So how does the people stumble on DJ Queen of Spades in Atlanta? How did you get to Atlanta, and now you're one of the premier DJs from starting all the way out there in Toronto? How does that happen?
Well, I came here during COVID.
Okay.
You know, I love New York. I probably, if COVID didn't happen, I would still be there.
Okay.
But it
Killing
was
shit.
really depressing.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought I would ever see New York the way it was during COVID.
Right.
Like, it shut down.
Yeah.
So I was
And then Georgia opened up, so.
I mean, did Georgia ever close that?
Georgia never closed.
Georgia never closed down.
So I was like, I gotta do something. And
So was you trying to pick cities, or is because Georgia was open and you wanted to continue DJing? That's why you made that choice.
yeah, it was really it was Atlanta. You know, I had been coming, right prior to COVID.
Okay.
And even a little bit when COVID had hit, I was here, and I, had come. People were booking me to come DJ. And my mom passed away at the end of 2020, and that was like a really low point. Like, we were like dead smack in the middle of COVID.
Right.
And then that happened, and I was like, I got to make a change.
Yeah.
And I literally packed it up and was like, I'm going to just go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So when you made that transition to Atlanta, was that transition to getting into clubs or like festivals, was that hard for you to find promoters or just people to have your back when you started DJing down here, or did you already know?
No, actually, I knew so many people already. There's a lot of people from New York, a lot of people from different cities that I already, was blessed to already know. So I just kind of connected with them. I was like, listen, this is a transition I'm about to make.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, come on. Yeah. And from then, really, I was outside. I was like, I'm in a new city. Same thing when I got to New York. I'm in a new city, even though, I had an advantage because I knew so many people already. I was like, there's still so many more people I need to know. So I was outside networking, getting to know people. And again, blessed with the friends and the peers that I have and had that just was like, yo, she's dope. People hear, she's from up top. I'm like, oh, Lord. So, and it just really took off from there.
So this is the DJs Need Love 2 show. I had this question for you. So when your mom did pass, what type of mental space were you in to continue to DJ and entertain people, knowing that you had this, the sorrow in the back of your mind? Because I know it was tough.
Very tough.
Waking
it's
up
still
to
tough.
having to entertain people.
It's still tough.
And we applaud you because what you do, because we definitely applaud that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think because I was already in such a bad mental space already because of COVID. Like, it was literally like we were not working. Nothing was open.
Yeah.
And then that happened. It was, all right, you got to make a change, girl.
Yeah.
You got to do something. Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened. I mean, I was already in a pretty depressive state. And it was like, all right, you got to just pick it up. You got to keep going.
Yeah.
And I literally was just, all right,
Yeah.
we're gonna go. We're gonna see what happens, and that's what I did. It's still a challenge every day.
Yeah.
Because she was such a huge supporter. My mom was like, she's the reason why I love music so much.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up, like, there was always music and a diverse, wide range of music that she introduced me to. And so I was like, she wouldn't want me to just stop,
And what you're doing right now is crazy. Like, you got strangers looking out you, DJs looking up to you, and this is why you don't stop.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, I've always said, part of the reason I do what I do is to inspire.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, peers that have been DJing as long as me, coming up under me, like, I just want to inspire and share the knowledge of what I know, and push forward.
Well, that's why we're here. She's going to share the knowledge.
So, bouncing off of Battio's question, what is your mental preparation when you're in the car on the way to your gigs? Do you listen to music? Do you not listen to music?
I always listen to music.
So if you're DJing an R&B party, do you listen to R&B or do you listen to...
You know what? I just listen to what I feel in the mood to listen to. Like, if I'm going to do a party and I got to play trap music, I'm not listening to trap music on the way there. Yeah. The mood I'm in, that's what I'm in. But there, 9 times out of 10, there's always music playing around me.
When I went to a Queen of Spades set, I've heard real diverse music. I heard a real party-type vibe. So now we in Atlanta, and the Atlanta music is this, and then, we came from where you came from. How do you compare sounds? Like, you being in New York, you be from New York and Toronto versus the ATL sound.
I mean, they're... now I feel it's kind of meshing with the newer generation. Okay. The trap sound, I feel, is very diverse everywhere now. Yeah. But there's no doubt about it. It's a very distinctive sound between New York and Atlanta. Yeah. It took me a long time. Like, when trap really first started taking over, I remember it was like 06, 07. Okay. I was still back in Toronto, and Toronto's super diverse. Yeah. But it wasn't really, that sound wasn't really, we very Caribbean influenced, R&B, hip hop. So when that sound had started taking over, I was like, I'm not too sure how it took me a long time actually to even adjust myself to start playing it. Yeah. Because I was like, I don't know if I really like this.
Because in our era, the hip hop clubs, we were dancing.
Came from a very dancing era. Like, we went to the party, you stepped in the party, and you danced from the time this music now doesn't really encourage you to do that anymore. So it's watching the switch.
So the B side to that question is, has trap music ruined DJing, in your opinion, as a DJ?
I'm not gonna say it's ruined DJing.
I'm dancing. Let me rephrase the question.
Absolutely.
Let me rephrase the question right. Let me ask it right. Has trap music gotten people away from dancing?
Absolutely.
So how do you feel when you're in a party and nobody's dancing?
See, and that's where...
Let's talk about it.
That's where the art of the DJ has to come in.
Okay. I agree. Okay.
Because it's like, okay, this isn't working. You can still tell if people are vibing. Yeah. But if it's just, and I've noticed that a lot lately, like, the trap music is really starting to, I'm not gonna say phase out, but it's not being what's the word I'm looking for? It's just people aren't grasping to it as much as they used to. I'm noticing, even since when I first got here to now. So as a DJ, it's like, okay, well, let me try this. Yeah. And that's what a DJ has to have the art to do. Yeah. This isn't working. Let me go here. Are they vibing to it?
So are you satisfied if people are vibing and not dancing? You're playing the hits, you're playing everything, but they in a section
Like you going crazy.
You going
in your
crazy.
Bag.
I've had nights like that.
Going
I'm
crazy.
like, damn, I'm jamming, and it's
no,
like,
and
I'm just, it's like, all right.
So the normal people having fun now, they look like this, but they having a time of their life, but they just like this.
Smoking hookah.
Are you satisfied with that as a DJ? They just chilling, and you go up to them, they say, "Yeah, I'm having a good time."
And it depends on your environment. Because you are going to encounter environments where it's not going to be a party every time you're DJing. Some people are just out, just a vibe, have a good time. So again, as a DJ, it's you to identify that that's happening. So that, you got to just look, you have to look at your crowd. I tell DJs this all the time, pay attention to your crowd. Okay. Like I'll go out sometimes and I'll see the DJ in the laptop and they never look up.
They never looked up.
And I'm like, how are you playing and you're never even looking at your crowd? Like that's why you're there, to entertain people. Yep. So it's just paying attention to your crowd. Like I can tell when a crowd, all right, we're not gonna party tonight, but we're gonna vibe.
You're gonna vibe. Okay. So you make that distinction.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely. And then, right off the bat, you can definitely identify if people are there to party, if they're there to vibe. They might be there to do both. Okay. And that's what the DJ has to.
So let me ask the number one controversial question. Who runs the party? Is it the DJ? Is it the club owner? Is it the promoter?
I've seen some of y'all interviews where you ask the question, and I see all the promoters underneath the comments talking about, listen, I've gone to parties, and the promoters don't even show up.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm not taking away from their role. They have a very distinctive role. Right. Because people are always like, well, how come you don't throw parties?
I'm not a promoter.
I'm not a promoter.
I got you. Yep.
I'm not a promoter. That is to me, that is a very intricate role. I take nothing away from the promoter. Have you ever tried to go to a club and it's silent?
Yeah.
What do you
I agree with that.
Everybody has their roles.
Yeah.
The DJ plays the top, if not right there, like close to the top role. That's just what it is. We are there to create, set, keep the vibe.
And to piggyback off a Monae question, are the females, not even in Atlanta no more, are the females taking over the DJ game across the world at the moment? Because Atlanta, I can see a lot. That's a lot of females doing it now.
There are a lot of females.
But then I go on my feed, and I'm a DJ, so I like to see what's going around. I see a lot of female DJs. In your opinion,
I'm not gonna say taking over. Are we making more noise? And have we come more to the forefront? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I like that.
Absolutely. We're never gonna outweigh the males. That's just what it is. However, over time, we have definitely now become more noticeable. We're more of an asset. Yeah. And we've definitely come into the limelight a lot more.
Okay. So going off of that, can you give female DJs who might be starting off like 2 tips to just keep it professional when it comes to unprofessional promoters or like getting gigs?
You don't stoop to their level. And I've been in lots of instances, where there's been challenges, being a female, having to deal with males. Yeah. And don't stoop to your level. Remain professional at all times. Don't take things personal. And stand your ground. Yeah. You got to stand your ground because people will try you. They'll think, oh, well, I'll flirt with her. But you will fall very quickly if you allow your mentality to lead you down that path. And that's the main thing I tell them now. Because, I came up, like we were discussing before, where you had to have talent. Yeah. I came from an era where it was 2 turntables. You did not have a laptop to look at. You had to listen to music. You had to study music. You had to learn music. Yep. So if you really took your craft seriously, you were going to be respected. Now it's, it's a lot easier. I see a lot of people just doing it to do it and don't understand the business. Right. If you don't understand the business aspect of it, you're going to get taken advantage of. Right. And people will definitely prey on that as a female.
So when did you learn the business of DJing?
As soon as I decided that I was going to take it full time.
Okay. What type? How did you figure things out as far as collecting deposits, what to charge, how to even talk to people?
Again, the peers and the people
peers
that I had
Okay.
to look up to back then, because they were already pioneers in the game, and I was like, listen, I'm about to take this to the next level.
Okay.
I know it's not just showing up to the party and playing. Like, I got to understand the back end of it as well.
Yeah.
So what are the important, intricate things that I need to know and that I need to understand and I need to have in order to make sure that my business aligns with everything. So I had some really great people to look up to.
So when did you get on the hosting side of, like, you DJ, but you also talk on the mic? So when did you start doing that?
Oh, when I got to New York.
I
I tell people this all the time. Growing up in Toronto as a DJ, our responsibility was to DJ.
Yeah.
We had hosts, we had MCs.
Okay, cool.
Unless you were, a Caribbean DJ or whatever. But for the most part, we DJ'd.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a necessity to talk on the microphone.
Yeah.
When I got to New York and, I was DJing, they're like, you don't talk on the microphone?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So I had one particular DJ, I love him to death, DJ Mike Neasy.
Hold on. DJ Mike Neasy. That's my boy, the Union.
That's
it. When we take our show to
20.
when we go to New York, we definitely going down his street. We going up to Uptown. We going to Harlem. We going everywhere.
Yeah, he
Mike Neasy's definitely a dope DJ.
Yeah. He taught me so much.
Yeah. And
he was like, Queen, you have got to talk on this mic. Yeah. And I was like, all right, well, teach me.
I'm going to shout Mike Neasy out, too, because we used to go to Mexico for the Cancun jump off, and that's when I learned on how to talk to masses.
Yeah.
He used to talk to the masses.
He knows how to control a crowd.
Control them and
control
masses.
The crowd.
And everybody loves music. And once you know everybody loves music, you got control.
Yeah.
And when he used to tell me, like, watch me get full control.
Yeah.
I don't care if people are in here 7 times richer than me. I have their control.
Yeah.
And he used to be like, I used to be like there with him, DJ Cooks, back there in
homie.
man, it used to be crazy back there in Mexico, man. So let's go to the flowers segment. Want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So can you give 3 DJs their flowers? Anybody that's ever influenced you to become a DJ, motivated you, inspired you? Let's hear those.
Absolutely.
She's been in 3 cities, so she know many DJs right now.
3 cities, yeah. DJ started from scratch. That's going to be my number one, always, forever. Toronto.
Yeah.
Just like even before I started DJing, just listening to him.
Yeah.
He makes you think about DJing.
Yeah.
Like when you're DJing, it's like, damn, like I want to be different.
Yeah.
I want to be creative. And that was him.
Yeah.
He's the one who ignited that creativity in me. And he's just phenomenal. Like it doesn't matter what genre, he just does it and does it flawlessly. So hands down to him.
And he got a dope ass name, right?
And he's got a dope ass name. And people don't realize it. They look at him and he's a white guy. But he's the most phenomenal. Like, oh my goodness, just so amazing. DJ
DJ Spin.
You got to give it to her. You know, one of the pioneers as a female.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think any female DJ asked who inspired them.
Yeah.
You know, even if you don't, because I hear mixed things about, but she paved the way for female DJs.
That's right.
Yeah. And
she was the very first female DJ I've seen. So.
And as a group, she's the one who first. I don't think there was anybody. I mean, the original, but she's the one who with Salt and Pepper. Mm-hmm. So as a DJ, as a turntablist, as a part of a group, she just did it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go one newer that I've encountered since being here. DJ E-Class. I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's really hard to wow DJing me as a DJ, and he does that.
Yep.
Like his musical knowledge, the way he puts records together. Like I always say, your sets have to tell stories.
Yep.
And it has to like you have to feel it, and he does that for me.
Okay, so you are a part of the core DJs. How has that helped you with your DJing career so far?
It's been amazing. I've been a part of the core DJ since 2009. Shout out to Tony Neal.
Shout out to Tony Neal. Somebody DM Tony Neal.
Again, he looks for people that are about the business part of it as well. Like, you can have DJing down pat all day. It is now a business.
It's no business.
You know, so if he sees that initiative in you, so, you know, me and Tony have always vibed since day one. He brings radio opportunities, you know, just the network of DJs that I've had the opportunity to meet as well through the core. And yeah, he presents great opportunities. A DJ for Dave Hollister because of Tony Neal, you know. So it's been a great experience with the core.
So let me do a scenario for you.
All right.
Just picture you're at a stadium, packed crowd. It's time for you to get on stage. You plug up to a mixer, but your computer crashes. What are you doing in that moment?
You know, I always walk with flash drives. I walk with cables for my phone.
Okay.
Like, you have to have backups.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, that has never happened.
Nice.
I've had it shut down during a party.
Yeah.
Quick plug out, plug in. But I've never had an instance where it just didn't start. But yeah, you have to have backups.
Yeah.
I don't carry a backup laptop. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do that. But I always have flash drives, plugs for my phones, something to make sure music will be playing.
So like I said, you with the core DJ, I've seen you on tour. I've seen you doing festivals. What's the biggest event to date you've done?
Oh God, I DJ'd a party that Beyonce was at.
Oh man.
That will be one of the most.
So when you seen
memorable.
Beyonce, did you play her music right away?
No,
Because DJs
that's
do thirsty
the
shit like
cheesiest.
that. I'm telling DJ, stop
I feel
doing
like
that
that too.
shit.
The cheesiest thing you could
Stop doing that. When you see the artist walk in the club, do not play their
put
song.
on their catalog.
Please.
It's the worst thing. And I've had people like come up when people come, like, don't play their music. You do not have to tell me that.
Yeah. And this is stuff that DJs, I've heard that all the time. Somebody's in the building, they don't want to hear too much of their music. You know,
No,
I've even had artists come up to me like, "Yo, bro, I just want to vibe today, play that R&B shit." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
it becomes uncomfortable for the artist because now it's like, now the spotlight's. Not everybody who comes outside wants to be
seen.
I'm glad you saying
Like,
it too.
To be seen.
Like, come on.
Like, they just like to come out and vibe.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes when I go out and, you know, I be trying to sneak in and they like, oh, Queen of Spades. I'm like, oh, Lord, just let me come in and smoke my hookah and go home. That's like, celebrities just want to come out and vibe. They're real people too. Like, just let them come out and have a good time. Now you put on their catalog and now they're forced to sing their music. No, I don't do
So
that.
this is the DJs Need Love 2 show. I kind of feel like I know a lot of the DJs in the city. Why are these females not getting along with the female DJs?
Ooh, let's talk about it.
Why are these female DJs not getting along with each other?
I can't speak
Yeah.
personally because I get along with everybody.
Shout out to you for that. Yeah. Is it a women thing?
No, it's not even that. You know, 9 times out of 10, what it is, it's other people pegging them against each other.
Okay, yeah.
It's not so they'll have no problems, but then you see somebody and they'll be like, "So what do you think about this female DJ?"
Yeah.
Why? Like, and it's like they're trying to create something where there's nothing.
Yeah, me and Monae, we know each other for years now. She went through this too. So
I'd rather just separate myself before I mess up a friendship.
Yeah.
Let promoters come between us, or
Yeah, no, and I'm just like, and I'll tell you straight out, don't involve me in it.
Okay.
Like, don't try to create BS where there's no BS, because I'm not that person. Now, if I should happen to have a personal problem with you and you're a female DJ, that's one thing. But I'm not gonna allow you to create a beef where there's no beef to be had.
Yeah.
You know, and I find that's happening a lot amongst females, which is sad. I'm like, well, do you ask the male DJs? Well, what do you think about this male DJ? You don't.
Yeah.
So why are you trying to separate us to create that for?
So I personally feel like it's already competitive and it's male dominated. So of course, there's a lot of female DJs now, so it's like we're in competition with each other, and then we're in competition with the males.
I don't like to use that word. I don't.
But we DJ, some of us DJ in the same spot, so it kind of, it's like,
yeah,
competition, but I'm not going to say it's competition if you stay in your own lane. If you stay in your own lane, it's not competition.
That's a great point.
But from the outside looking in, it's like competition.
So to piggyback on her, have you ever lost a gig to another DJ because either you wasn't there or it was competitive, or the owner made it competitive, or maybe even the promoter made it competitive?
Or maybe you took a gig from somebody.
I don't. If that's happened, it's never been brought to my attention.
It wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional. Exactly.
But I think what she's saying is that the promoters set it up like that. So it won't be intentional for you to actually do that, but this is what they're doing.
And I mean, if we're going to talk real, I've had, promoters and stuff like, we may start using you a little bit more, but it's been nothing that I've done except come and performed and did my job. And I can't I can't be held responsible because I just happen to be a little bit more experienced or knowledgeable or handle myself a little bit differently. I mean, but I'll never be the one to be like, yo, give me this gig over so-and-so. I've never done that, and I never will.
So before we get out of here, I got one more scenario, because I like what Mo did. Mm-hmm. Let's just say I said no to a party because I asked for $400. And then another DJ comes in that but you already know they're not paying what they wanted. They probably taking $150. Have you seen that, and how do you feel about that?
Absolutely. And
do you feel like that's messing the game up right now?
Yes. This is the advice I always give. You have to set your precedents, and you have to set your requirements. So I get it. We have newer DJs. We have, less experienced DJs that come in. That's going to happen.
Right.
Don't shortchange. The only person you're shortchanging is yourself by you doing that. So if you choose to do that, be like, listen, I'm going to come in. I'm going to do this
2 weeks.
Once, twice. Yeah. Exactly. After that, if my performance is up to par,
let's go up.
Now we have a discussion.
I love the way she put that. Yeah.
And that's what a lot of DJs aren't doing. And they're only messing themselves up, and they're messing the game up because now it's like, well, this DJ's taking this. Okay, but this DJ isn't going to give you what I'm giving you.
That's right.
So you make the choice. I'm not going to shortchange myself, but so that's the one thing I always tell DJs. Set your requirements up from jump, because the only person you're going to damage in the end is yourself.
What's 3 things you want to see change in the DJ community right now?
I want to see DJs taking the craft, not everybody, more seriously.
That's one. I love that one.
And that goes with professionalism. Go back. This is a business.
Yeah.
Do not ever forget that. Treat it as a business.
That's a good one. Give me one more.
Be more diverse.
Yeah.
I want to see more diversity.
Meaning in the music?
Music.
Yeah.
Music-wise.
Yeah.
I find it's just we're losing the art.
Yeah.
It's and again, not everybody. I go to some amazing parties, amazing DJs. They know exactly what to do, but I just find like the creativity is being lost. Yeah. And again, that just goes back to the first point. They're not really treating it as a business. I'm just going to come in. I'm going to get through this set. You are here to perform. Give your 100% at all times.
I love that.
Please, I
love that one. Yep.
Got one more.
Oh, geez. More unity.
Yeah.
I like that.
I definitely want to see more unity. Going back to what we were just discussing, females being pegged against females. Yeah. Males' egos people in general, egos will eat you alive.
Yeah.
And if we just unify ourselves a little bit more, we can help each other get so much further. Like, I've been in this game a long time, so now I feel that I can now push why am I not going to try to help the next bunch under me? That's what was done to me. They're like, we're here, we've accomplished this. Now we want to see you get there.
Let's do it. Yep.
And, you know, so that's what I always do. And especially with females, because, you know, I'm going to always ride for my females. Let's just be more unified.
I love that, Queen. Yep.
Okay, so what do you have going on for the rest of the year?
Oh, my
Well,
goodness.
coming up, let's do like the first 3 months or.
Oh, 3 months? All right. So I have just signed on to be the official DJ brand ambassador for Click Vodka.
Congratulations.
we need them in this building. We need sponsorship.
I was thinking, I was there.
Yeah,
my little wheels are always spinning.
Yeah, we gonna talk. Yeah.
And shoot, touring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with Dave.
Shout out to Dave.
Dave Hollister. That's my boy. And you know, Essence. I'm
Essence Festival.
putting it into the universe. Other than that, just, you know, I have a lot of out-of-town gigs coming up. Just taking it two steps further here. The R&B Soul Picnic is coming up. They actually have multiple cities this year, so look out for it. It's coming back to Atlanta. And, just being the best me I can be.
We'll be in the one in New York and Atlanta. We'll be there.
Yes.
So where can everybody find you at? Shout your social media out.
At DJ Queen of Spades.
That's
all
right.
across. That's another tip I'll give DJs. Keep it simple.
Yep. And before we get out of here, if you like the content, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment on our show. You know what it is, Mo.
All right, and that's another episode of the DJs Need Love 2 show. I go by the name DJ Monae.
Battio.
Al, thank you for having me, guys.
That's the Queen.